So anyone coming here for first time, please raise your hand. Okay. Very nice. पूरा मत बोल करो। हाँ, सागर पूरा बंद है। हाँ। Hare Krishna. So the class will be in English. Okay, I hope everyone understands English. Thank you. So let's join your hands. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna. So today's topic is very interesting. Okay, I'm not a doctor, but we are going to talk on some disease. Okay, so that disease is what? Skin disease. So the word skin disease throws a light on our mind, on our brain, that there is, there is a disease which actually, we get caught throughout our skin. Right? There is one disease. And what happens with that disease? There are scars, there are itching, itching. And then we need what? We need help from doctor, from specialist, and then we need ointments, then we need tablets, to cure that disease. Okay. So my request is, as you are here, so please be attentive. Okay, you are investing your valuable time here. If you miss any point, also if you are not attentive, then it's a huge loss. So I would request everyone that please concentrate, okay, for next maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Okay, so let's start. So we are going to see this topic through Bhagavad Gita. Interestingly, right? How many of us have Bhagavad Gita at home? Please raise your hands. Okay, now keep your hands raised. Keep your hands raised. How many of us are reading Bhagavad Gita? So hands goes down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. So Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada wrote as it is, to keep at home as it is. No, actually Bhagavad Gita is meant, we have to open it and we have to read it. At least one page daily, one verse, two verse, we have to read it. It's a manual. We understand what is a manual? If we are purchasing some, washing machine or some vehicle, then a manual book comes with it. And we have to read it. Then only we can understand how to use that machine. If we are not reading Bhagavad Gita, then how we will know that how to use this body? This body, now those who are coming for first time, they will be, surprised. So let's start our session. Okay. So we are going to talk from Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, verse number 38, which says, Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. So here in this verse, Krishna is indicating one thing to Arjuna, and that thing is that we will read translation. Can anybody read? Please, Lokesh Prabhu, can you read?
Do not fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress. loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing we shall never incur sin.
So Krishna here is throwing a light that, Arjun, you have to fight. But why he has to fight? For the sake of fighting, nothing else. If I am fighting, then I will win. And if I will win, then I will enjoy the kingdom. I will enjoy the fruit. I'll enjoy the chair, kursi, है ना? Raja banunga. Then I will enjoy everything. Krishna says no. Then why he is forcing him to fight? For the sake of fighting. Because when one is fighting, he will obviously win or lose. And if a person is, into these things that, okay, I will win, then I will enjoy, but he never thinks of losing. And then what will come? Happiness or distress, loss or gain. Okay, and that will be a trauma for a person. Right? So Krishna is saying that you just fight for the sake of fighting. Okay, so now let's keep this verse aside. Okay, we will go now off road. We will go. Okay, we will discuss few things and then we will come at the last. We will see what this verse is saying at the last. Okay, so what happens? We as a human being, we are living our life. Okay, we think that we live peacefully, right? But then there is something which actually does not belong to us. Are we really this body? Because if we ask question that where is that child who was running here and there at home? Where is that Ritik? Where is that Anurag? Where is that Lokesh who was child and who was running at home here and there, jumping from that one chair to another bed? Now where is he? He is there, but now he has grown up. Right? So let's understand it with an example. I'll ask you a question, okay? So please focus. There was one girl, okay? She took her bag of school and she went to school. After completing the day, she came at home. And what she saw was surprising for her. She saw that her mother is crying loudly. And then she saw other, like, in front of her mother, her father was sleeping and mother was crying. So this daughter went to mother, tap her, and asked the question, why are you crying? What happened? So mother looked at her daughter, looked at the father, and then again started crying. So daughter was surprised. Their daughter asked, what happened? मुझे बताओ क्या हुआ? Then mother replied, तेरे पिताजी अब नहीं. So my question is, पिताजी जो है ना, जिसके बारे में, for that father who's, है ना, mother is saying that he went. Now who went from where and where he went? If the father is still lying there, sleeping there, then who went? Anybody has this answer? Yes, Prabhu. Soul. How many of us are with this Prabhu who is saying soul went? Okay, please raise your hands. Every one of us. So we are not this body. This body does not belong to us. Okay, so what are the praman of this? Is there any Shastra praman? So Bible. Everyone knows Bible? Bible says that we are soul. Quran. Everyone knows Quran? Quran says that we are Ruh. And then Bhagavad Gita says that we are Atma. So it's very simple to understand. But it takes life after life to digest this knowledge that we are Atma. Because every dealing we do, it is based on body. And that's why I think that I am this body. I am a boy and she's a girl and I am meant to enjoy her. I am this body and this rasmalai is for me. I am going to eat. So what we are doing, we are just transforming. We were a child, we were a baby, and then we grown up, and then we are transforming our body. We don't know what is the goal of our life. We are forgetting it, we are not interested, and then we are moving forward. Where we are moving, we don't know. We are just looking at our neighbor. Okay, he got 32-inch TV, now I want to take 34. My friend who was studying with me went to Australia. Now my job is to go America for studies. We are just comparing each other, and then we are setting up goals in our life, our dreams. We are chasing these dreams, but we don't know what is our destination. What we are doing, Srila Prabhupada says, this we are doing. We are just, this shining. We are trying to shine the cage, but we are forgetting, we are neglecting this bird inside that cage. We are very least interested, and we are very much interested in this cage. We are shining, we are continuously shining this cage. If we take an example of a car, what is the purpose of car? Can anybody answer? What is the purpose of car? Yeah. Yes, to reach the destination. Car is not meant for rubbing it, putting petrol and then keeping it, maintaining it. No, it is meant for to go, to sit inside that and to reach the destination. That is the purpose of a vehicle, a car. And similarly, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that this body is a yantra. It's a machine. It's a vehicle. Krishna says yantra rudhani mayaya. So this is meant for going somewhere. But what we are doing? We are doing what? And then we do karma, and then we are going where? We are going downwards. There are 84 lakh species of life mentioned in the Shastras. And what we are doing, after getting a human being life, we are again going back to animal kingdom. At the end, at the time of death, whatever we think, we become. Antakalicha mameva, smaran muktva. Whatever we do smaran, we will become that. Now at the end of our life, when the death comes, we are watching reels. And while watching reel, we are seeing a beautiful girl, which we think beautiful she is, but I don't know, nothing is beautiful in this world. You just take little water and then uska muh dholo, dikh jayega uska. Itna beautiful. But then what will happen if the death comes? Then we will become a girl. It's very simple to understand. I'll ask you one question. Who is this? Anybody? Everyone knows. No? From where Amitabh Bachchan is? Come on, fast. Who is that? No. Salman Khan, who is that? Salman Khan. Okay, who is Shah Rukh Khan? So, yes, of course. So where is that Salman Khan now, who was a little boy? And what is happening with him now? Where he is going? This life is very, like a snap. It's just like a snap. We think that there is a lot of time. Why to, waste going to temple? Why to waste? Going for, taking darshan and everything. We just have fun. There's only one life, no? We should enjoy. But we don't know that when our life is going to end. Every activity we are doing, we have to pay for it. Everything we are, taking in this world now, we are paying for it. Anything you pay, anything you take. You go to a mall, you have to purchase something, then you have to pay for it. Now you will say, okay, I have a girlfriend, I don't pay for it, right? You get a girlfriend, you propose, and she says yes, then you are not paying for it, right? But no, you are paying every day. How? Her expenses. Breaking your head in front of her. Then you are wasting gallons of blood for her. So everything we are investing into it, we have to pay. It's very simple to understand. But if we do not use this human form of life correctly, then we will suffer. The suffering does not stop. There is lot of suffering, lot of distresses in this world, and this can be retaliated. This can be, removed only in the human form of life. There is no other way. If we, caught some dogs going down and bring those dogs here and let them sit on chair. Okay, chalo Bhagavad Gita. भाव भाव कुछ काट के भी जाएंगे 2-3 लोग, है ना? So they don't understand. Animals don't understand. They act on, their bodily. They just eating, mating, sleeping, defending, and these 4 things we are also doing. Then what we are? Animal. Less than an animal, lower than animal. We are so much degraded. Whenever a dog wants to mate, what he do? He goes and mate, right? But humans, what we do? We want, we are getting pleasure now. We want to enjoy. Then we go in the bathroom and masturbate. This masturbation is not found in any species of life. 84 lakhs of species do not masturbate. But we as human beings, we masturbate. So we are lower than the animal. We are so much pathetic. And we think that we are advancing. What kind of advancement is this? We have to ask this question for ourselves. And then we will complain, oh, मेरे को बच्चा नहीं हो रहा अभी शादी के बाद. Then we will complain, अरे, I am, getting specs now. My hairs are going. बाहर से दिखेगा बहुत बॉडी बिल्डर, है ना? But the situation, when the situation is coming in his life, he gives up. Suicide. Why? Because there is no willpower. So Krishna is saying what are the real problems of life in Bhagavad Gita. We think that, okay, my neighbor is my problem. This person is a problem in my life. If he is going away, then I will be happy. Another thing is that, no, this money is my problem. If money comes in my life, then I will do bhakti very peacefully. But Krishna says that there are 4 problems in our life. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. And this darshan, everyone has to take. Everyone in 84 lakhs of species of life. What are these? Birth, old age, disease and death. Okay. Now, let's discuss how disease is painful. Anyone can try? Is disease a real problem? If I get a disease, suppose you are getting a disease, it will be nice or it will be a headache for you. Can anybody try? Yes, bro. How? Huh? Irritates, right? Disease means going to hospital, then spending time there, taking medications, and then we don't know that whether we will be, cured or not. There is always an assumption, and then there is, expenditure. You are saving your money, but you are then you're then spending it in for your health, right? Now there are many diseases. Can anybody say no? These are the diseases. Okay, 10 diseases, or maybe 10,000 diseases, or 10 lakh diseases. How many diseases are there? N number. Crore. Crore is a lesser number. Corona we actually, है ना, देखा ही नहीं corona क्या है. So there are many diseases. Then old age. Old age is a problem for us. Who wants to go in old age? Who wants to live till old age? Please raise your hand. No one. See, old age. You want to see old age? Why, Prabhu? बूढ़ा होना है आपको? हाँ? नहीं बोल रहे. So old age is a real suffering. Right now, तुरंत हम लोग पैंट पहन लेते हैं. It takes 1 minute. 1 minute भी नहीं लगता. But then at old age, our one leg is somewhere else, and then we need help. Actually, Arey, come, Baba, I'm stuck here. Huh? And let's not talk about what happens in bathroom. We are just, touching those topics. What happens in old age? You know. Then there is only one thing which is continuously sharpened. You know, when we are young, everything is active, right? But at the old age, one thing is active. Anyone knows what is that? Rest, everything is, silent. But one thing is continuously active. That is, yes, huh? Mind, no, no, mouth. An old age person's, real problem. Why we suffer? Because his mouth or her mouth never stops. Continuously, tongue is going on. अरे ये वो मैंने ये किया, मैंने वो किया, मेरे समय में किया. See, so much suffering. People are getting annoyed. They are irritated actually. Okay. Now let's deeply discuss what happens at birth. Is birth a problem? Anyone want to tell something? You are saying no. Why?
Because birth is giving a chance to that entity.
Okay. So there is no problem while taking birth. Okay. So let's discuss now. Let's discuss what happens at birth. Okay. So first of all, we are in a womb, right? Now this the subject we are talking of birth can be in any species. Like the birth is similar. Either we are in a dog's womb or we are in a mother's womb who is going to be a king, like queen. So the birth, the problems in birth, the distress, the dukkha is similar everywhere. What happens while we are in the womb? I'll ask you one question. At the delivery time, first comes, what is that thing first coming out? Our legs or head? Now imagine what is the position of a boy inside womb. He is upside down. Now let's bring a rope here. And सबको बांध देते इधर पैर ऊपर करके. How much time? कितना समय कौन रहेगा? 9 months कौन है? 9 months. है ना? See, it's a complete suffering. We don't know, we don't realize, because we have forgotten. Krishna's mercy is there, Bhagwan's mercy is there, that we always forget. If we remember those things, then we will always be in a trauma. We will be actually diseased person. We understood? So it's very simple to understand that what is our situation in the womb. There is stool. Where we are passing stool? There only. There is urine. And then mother, she is taking some spices. And then the boy, it's itching to his skin or her skin. So it's suffering. Okay. Let's say that boy comes out. What happens? That boy, is kept on a bed. And that boy is beaten by an ant. Now what will that boy do? One thing he can do. Cry. Now ant is biting and that boy, what he is doing? Crying. Now mother in the kitchen hears his voice. Okay, बच्चा रो रहा है. Oh, इसको भूख लगा है. And she brings milk और उसको मुंह में लगा. Imagine the suffering. अब चींटी काट रहे मुंह में दूध घुसा दिया. So much suffering. Then we grow up and then we don't want to go to school. कितने लोगों को अच्छा लगता था स्कूल जाना? स्कूल जाना अच्छा लगता. अरे बहुत अलग ही है. No one likes to go to school. मैं तो सो जाता था रोज. ऐसा नीचे मैं नहीं जाऊंगा. स्कूल क्यों जाना है? मेरे को खेलना है. I want to play. This is my time. Why I want to go to school? मैं तो रोज बेहोश हो जाता था, बेहोश. I don't want to go to school. This was my condition. And then we meet teachers, we meet friends, and then few of our friends, few becomes enemy. We don't like them, we like them. So these things happen. But there is always a distress condition. We like chocolates, but no one gives us. Right? They think that no, अरे इसका दांत खराब हो जाएगा. What he is doing? So whatever we wanted, we didn't get. We wanted clothes, but then they say no, Diwali में लेंगे. अरे बनियान Diwali. Anything they postponed for Diwali only. Like this happens. And then there is family, relatives which we don't like. Now where we are, we can see that boy inside their hand, mother's hand. We are there, and we don't like to be in that picture also. See, is he liking there? No. This is our condition. We don't like relatives. Hey, mama, chacha, aage dimag kharab kar. This is our position. So there is always a distress. We don't like to be in that position. But there is always a happy condition, a happy situation, and a distress situation in our life. And then what happens? We grow up. Okay, then we went to college. Then we wanted to do something, but we were forced to do another thing. Even if we are doing the same thing, we are not happy to do it. Right? We are not happy. Then we go to college, and then we see that okay, we have to study, and then we can do some bunk, go and do some chaprigiri, and then we can be in relation में जा सकते, थोड़ा मूवी देखने चले जाएंगे, थोड़ा मारा मारी करेंगे, and by planning this actually nothing works for us. Surprisingly, जो हमको पसंद आती है, जो किसको पसंद है? अगर पसंद, if we get also, then there is always a distress. Then what happens? We move ahead, and then we grow up. Now some of you must be doing job, right? But like when we gave interview, we were so much, interested in that job. Okay, I got a job. We are pera water about it. Oh, I got a job. This is my first job. This is my salary. Oh, Hari bol. Saving of 25,000. 4 महीने में 1 lakh. Very interesting, right? But then when we start doing that job, we understand that this is suffering, complete suffering. I have become a naukar over here. They have actually एक जगह है ना, 2 जगह का काम, 2 लोगों का काम मुझसे करा है. We understand it later. They have hired me to get 2 work done, 2 jobs, So okay, so our life, move forward, and then we try to, make friends in our job location, and then at the end of life, what is our end? What is our goal? The best goal, to get married, shadi, sab kuch, and then if there is some, so-called love marriage, we are not happy in that. But still, okay, नहीं प्यार है, 8 साल 7 साल का वादा है, चलो, करते हैं. And if there is no one, then what do we do? Arrange marriage बहुत अच्छा है यार, कोई तो मिलेगी यार, अच्छी, क्या है, love तो नहीं है ना? But then after getting married, then also, now you are not married, but you can see what the married people, they are suffering, they are going on suffering with. So then we understand that there is no happiness in this also. एक दारू का ग्लास है ना, कौन सा दुख खत्म नहीं कर सकता है. Then we move towards drinking. We get those association, friends, and then we think कि नहीं, ये घर पे तो इज्जत नहीं मिल रहा है, एक काम करते बाहर करते. And then outside we started, having seeing matches, cricket matches, and then having company. Saturday, Sunday, थोड़ा लोनावाला घूम के आएंगे, ऊटी, going. And then हम लोग ये जो है intoxication, we tried doing this. अब जो है intoxication से ज़्यादा फिर है ना, our senses are not in control. Then what we do illicit, the illicit connections. एक से क्या होगा, थोड़ा बिरयानी भी खाने गए, थोड़ा पिज्जा भी खाने गए, and then what we do, we make new relations. अरे इसमें ये नहीं मजा दे रही, वो मजा दे. And this मजा का चक्कर में what is happening, from the birth we are only suffering. There is no enjoyment, there is no happiness. Why there is no happiness? Because Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, this place is dukkhalayam. So dukkhalayam means When we say pustakale, there pustak, pustakale, library, like that. But है ना, we say dukhale, that means simple dukh we will be getting. Okay. Let me ask you one question. What happens when we are, what we say this? Rubbing, scratching. What happens? Suppose if a mosquito, have bitten us. Now there is some itching there, right? Now we are going to scratch. What will happen? Is it will be painful in the start? No. In the start it will be, satisfying. Right? In the start it will be very much satisfying. Oh wow. But after that, what happens? The suffering starts. It becomes red. And then if that skin is removed from there, हरी बोल क्या खो जाए कौन था वो मच्छर उसको इधर ही काटना था but we don't see that हम थे खो जाने वाले हम थे so our life is like that but we can there was another option. What was that option? Tolerate. We should have tolerate. Like if we should have tolerated, then it will be easier for us, right? For the time being, it will itch, but then it will be silent. Just like our mother who is cooking in kitchen. In the hot summer time, it is very difficult to stand in kitchen. What to speak of cooking something in kitchen? It's very hellish place. But still, that mother is cooking. She's tolerating, right? So if that tolerance is there, it will be helpful for us. Right now in our life, we are not tolerating things. We want everything as our enjoyment. We want everything. Bhogeshware prasara. We have to enjoy bhog. These senses are very, very, venomous. This tongue wants to taste very nice thing, palatable dishes. These eyes want to see beautiful forms. Every girl, ये कैसे छूट गई? अरे बस गया. अरे रिक्शा में कुछ तो है क्या देख? Every beautiful things these eyes want to see, and then touch. Touch is like थोड़ा सा हैप्पी बर्थडे कर लिया था उसको हाथ मिल गया अरे क्या नरम क्या मुलायम भूल नहीं पा रहा हूँ रात एक रात सोया नहीं अभी बोल क्या था वो this touch it's like amazing experience then there is smell oh when we used to be in college we used to sit behind girls so once my friend was sitting beside me and the girl came and she just do like this so उसके बाल जो थे उसके मुंह पे लगे and then there was some shampoo she applied अरे ये पागल हो गया he was like अरे क्या लगाया था सागर उसने I was like नहीं we became crazy like anything so these senses wants to enjoy every time we want to enjoy like we want to see things we want to smell we want to hearing the last one hearing is very important right like while coming here suppose we are in bus and then someone just pick up the bus like एक लड़की चढ़ जाती है and she says कि अरे एक टिकट देना and then we are like oh कौन है वो और इतना मीठा आवाज oh my god then immediately our fan चालू हो जाता fan see the senses wants that enjoyment कुछ तो taste करो कुछ तो देखो then what we do we continuously time is there reels continuously we are trying to enjoy but one thing happens with this enjoyment what is that this enjoyment is going to end there is an end right but how it will end this is said dukhalem ashashvatam means it is temporary right if we say there is no end to this if we are giving like suppose now Vishal Prabhu is there Vishal Prabhu is our chef he is cooking in Vadala so say Vishal Prabhu is cooking Rasmalai he has cooked now Rasmalai for everyone Hari bol and he is giving plates to everyone. चलो रसमलाई खाओ, धड़ 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 धड़, one to everyone. Okay, one एक खाने में तो ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा, धड़ाक से खत्म. Okay, Vishal Prabhu has more in stock. चलो Vishal Prabhu second रसमलाई, धड़ धड़. Okay, second भी खा लिया है ना. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. हाँ, हमारे लोकेश में 10 खा लिया. हाँ, कुछ तो लोग बोले अरे प्रभु देखिए बस that's fine now, I'm good. नहीं नहीं विशाल अरे आज का ही दिन है, धड़ा one more, two more, three more. Now that Vishal Prabhu, who was a superhero for us, now we are behind him. We are going to kill him. इधर आ, इतना खिला रहा, पागल है क्या? And that same Rasmalai, which was our dear heart, our heart was melting at that time. Now that Rasmalai we don't want. It has become now what? A poison for us. Pani lo. So this enjoyment is temporary. We take a nice feast, but after 4 hours, we are again hungry. This enjoyment in this world is like this. Anybody know what is this? Anyone knows? This is a third degree. Third degree given in a police station. What they do, they there is a prisoner. They took they take them and then his head नीचे डाल देते पानी में. At the moment, very moment, then his breath is going to stop. They pull him out. They take his head out, and after taking a breath, immediately down. So again he is crying for this breath, and again when his last breath he is like to give up. Then they take him out. Then he take his breath, and then again he is down. So right now in our life, this is our position. How? Because this breath, one breath we are taking now, this is our enjoyment. This is what we are enjoying in this life. And there is so much of suffering. We are actually, there is no breath inside that water. That is our real position. We're trying to enjoy, but there is no enjoyment in this world. We tried everything. You try, you don't give up. Keep continue, continue. Try, but there is no enjoyment in this world. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 5.22, ये ही संस्पर्श जा भोगा दुख यो नय एवते आद्यंतवंत कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुध. See now Krishna, what is saying? Can anybody read? Akashpu, please read.
An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them.
So 2 times Krishna is mentioning intelligent person, and then at the last he says wise man. So this slok is for intelligent person. If we are not intelligent, then we should leave this verse. So Krishna says an intelligent person does not take part in sources of misery. ये ही संस्पर्श जा भोगा. Whatever we are, bhoga, whatever enjoyment we are getting from this sparsha, touch, this touch can be, through hands, through our ears, through our nose, through our eyes. Whatever we are getting this sparsha, this is what? Dukha. Interesting, no? Someone will debate like, nahi, maja bhi to aata hai. Right? There is maja, na? Let's say we are taking one example. We are going to purchase a new mobile phone. Okay. Now we decided, we have one intelligent friend of our. He told, "Acha, ye wala le le, naya aaya hai." है ना? So our 100% brain we use, and then what happened? We went to purchase a mobile phone. We went there, we asked for this phone. We are ready to purchase it. We have amount, that's why we went there, right? Simple. But then he says that इससे अच्छा ये है, देख लो. Immediately suffering started there without purchasing it. Now there is one googly ball, and we are not getting now. अभी ये look ये. That's why my friend, there are many people, not only my friend, there are many people who goes to purchase a mobile phone, 15,000, but they land up, taking 25 and 50. They land up taking iPhone. So suppose, okay, we decided this phone and we took that phone only, okay. There is no, contrary. We took that phone. Immediately what happens after that, phone we have taken, we think that I was such a mad person I am. What investment I have done? This is a, पागल is a phone ले लिया मैंने. And then our questions arises in the mind. There are many doubts. कि अरे ये चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा? The insurance he is giving, will it be working? Then चोरी हो गया तो. There is always a misery going on with the things. Just like that day I was mentioning, Shraddha Kapoor. So Shraddha Kapoor took Lamborghini. She came here to do the puja. So everyone was running. "Arey, Shraddha Kapoor gaadi le li, bhag rahe." And everyone was running. But then a reporter asked Shraddha Kapoor, "How are you feeling?" And she said, "I'm in a distress condition." So everyone was shocked. Why she saying? Because she said that there is a maintenance kharcha, then there is a petrol kharcha, and she says that she will not be here, she will be for shooting. Then that car she has to park somewhere. And what if that car has been stolen? और पीछे से आके कोई ठोक दिया तो समझ है ना. सो ऐसा नहीं कि हम चलाते हो कि हम ही ठोकेंगे यार, हमको कोई ठोक देगा नहीं. आप पार्किंग में खड़ा करो तो भी ठोक के चले जाएगा. देन and if there is some pigeon is giving Mahaprasad on that car, Hari bol. So they see, purchase a car, she should be happy, but she is not happy. She is saying that I am in a distress condition. So this is what yehi samsparsha jab hoga dukha hi hona hai. If we try to we think though, okay chalo ye ladki hai, this girl is for me, ye mere liye bani, hum ek duje ke liye bane hue hain, and then we plan to get married, but then our anxiety begins. तो ये सच में रहेगी क्या मेरे से? इसका कोई और तो नहीं था भाई, कुछ गड़बड़ लग रहा है. So anxiety is always there, always present. So this is what Krishna is saying, and in the Shastras, these things has been elaborately taken into consideration. Like, anybody know who is this? This is Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu did a very nice tapasya and pleased Brahma, right? We saw Mahavatar Narasimha. So Hiranyakashipu, he was an educated person himself, but this education leads to what? Leads to he wanted to become a Bhagavan himself. So he was having a kingdom, he was having a very nice wife, nice children, nice boy, nice children, and then nice kingdom, but still he wanted to conquer the whole world. Not even this world, 3 worlds. He wanted to become a Bhagavan. So whenever there is a enjoyment tendency, what will happen? Dukh. We have seen that. Also, Ravan. He was not having a lota of gold lota. He was not having a mobile which is made of gold. He was having a sone ki Lanka. Full Lanka was of gold. But still, there was so much enjoyment. But then he wanted to become what? God himself. He wanted to enjoy everything. And what happened? Dukh. Let's discuss our topic today. Skin disease. Okay. So as we discussed earlier, whenever there is a skin disease, what happens is that there is always a scar. Sometimes there is no scar, but then what is there? Continuous itching is there, right? And with that itching, what we do, we scratch. After scratching, we get pleasure, but after sometimes what happens? There is dukh, there is pain, and then we land up into hospital. We go to doctor, we go to specialist. Now I will ask you a question: how this disease, skin disease, will be cured? How this skin disease can be cured? Yes, Ritiku.
By going to the expert skin doctor.
Okay, we went to expert and then? Okay, treatment. So what treatment? Yes, bro. Applying cream, ointment. Okay. Tablets, taking tablets, right? And applying cream. So basically what will happen is that from outside to the skin, we will apply what? Cream. From inside, what we are going to take? Tablets, medicines. We after khana, after food, what we will take? This medicine we have to intake. And outside to that skin, what we are going to do? An ointment we have to apply. Okay, now let's discuss how this applies in bhakti life. How this apply in bhakti. Okay, do not miss this point now. Let's be careful. Be focus here. So this is the thing, right? Tablets we need to intake it, and then we need an ointment. Okay, so we need this tablet, which is going to we are having it, right? We are going to intake it. This is nothing but whenever we are in the material conception of life, whenever there is we are finding spiritual bliss, whenever we are finding peace in our life, there is only a spiritual solution, right? And in that spiritual solution, the intake of the tablets are nothing but the chanting. The devotee association means the ointment we have to apply. And the best medicine for this skin disease is nothing but what? We will have that. Prasadam. We have to intake it. Right? So chanting and prasadam is the medicine which will go inside and work for this skin disease. It's a very nice, right? Nice example. How we can actually treat this skin disease. The skin disease of getting dukha in our life. How to get actually sukh, and not only sukh, the real ananda, which is not there in this world. When we connect to devotees, that connection is the ointment which we are going to apply. There is sadhu sangha. If we are missing that sadhu sangha in our life, we are missing the whole point. If we want to become a lawyer, then we take association of a lawyer, and then we become a lawyer. Right? So simply we have to come here and we have to take devotee association. If there is no devotee association in our life, then we are losing this human form of life. So whenever you are coming to temple, you make sure that you get a devotee association. Now the point is we have to understand who is a devotee. You will say, oh, dhoti kurta hai, tilak hai, kanti hai, bead bag hai, हाँ ये devotee है, चलो इसका संग लेते हैं. So we have to be careful. We have to respect every devotee, but then there we have to understand who is a devotee. So we have to understand the one who is always, always into the glories of Krishna, chanting his name, doing kirtan, right? Bodhayanta parasparam. Machchita matagat prana bodhayanta parasparam. Kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti jam. So one who is always, dipped into Krishna Leela, and whenever he is talking about the Krishna consciousness. There we can find a good shelter. But then someone is doing, coming here and talking about outside problems, coming here and finding faults in the devotee community, then there is no Krishna consciousness. And if we take this type of association, this is a very bad bargain. We are lost by coming here also. So there must be a very nice and good shelter. Okay, so two things we discussed. First is ointment we have to apply, right? That is the devotee association. And the second thing is that we have to take tablets, right? Intake. That is chanting. We have to chant the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And second thing, the most important thing is what? Prasadam. Okay. Now let's. This is the last slide. Okay, and then we will have question answer. This is the last slide, which gives the examples. Now, who has applied, this actually correctly in their life? This is Ajamil. Ajamil, he was not a devotee. He was a brahmana before. Okay, he was, on the order of his father, he used to pluck flowers for Krishna. By going into, every day he used to go to forest. And one day when he went there, he saw what? Every day we are seeing that scene. There was one drunkard man, he was kissing He was kissing one prostitute. And he saw that. And immediately, yehi samsparsha jab hoga, dukkha yone yote. Dukh started in his life. For what he was thinking, no, my enjoyment started now, but there immediately dukh started. So what he did, he wanted to enjoy with her only, that prostitute only. So he kicked out his parents from his home. He kicked out his wife also. See, he was having a wife. कोई बोलेगा अरे चलो यार वाइफ के साथ एक किसिंग है नहीं क्या है नहीं उनको प्रोस्टिट्यूट के साथ ही कर see how much lust is there huh? Now if that brahmana has so what is our condition we are every day we are seeing this type of thing huh? मोबाइल चालू करते हुए है ना क्या है so what is our condition but this Ajamil then what he did है ना kept that prostitute at home and then he was she was cooking for him then to satisfy her what he did he started beg borrow steal first he started begging he was doing job but then to satisfy and then to enjoy that job and that salary was not that much so sufficient so what he did he started begging अरे थोड़ा पैसा दे दो है ना बाद में देता हूँ borrow stealing अभी कुछ नहीं कोई नहीं दे रहा है then what he started story and then he used to kill so all these things you were doing he was having he was a great papi there was a list ye paap kiya and at the end of time at the end of death what he was doing he had 80 years he had one last son see his name was kept as Narayan those brahmanas were going from outside his home so they named him chalo iska naam Narayan rakho bachche bahut acha bachcha so this Ajamil was attached to this kid Narayan and he used to say are Narayan kha lo chalo chalo Narayan khelte hain Narayan ye Narayan and then he was jo chota bachcha hota hai we are attached to that right at home so what happens at the time of death he's seeing that there are some people who are looking differently they are not from here they are coming and they are laughing shouting ha 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 and he was amazed and he shouted Narayan and immediately what happened they have thrown this rope and they were pulling out his atma in Vaikuntha the Narayana उनको चक्कर आने लगा अरे कोई तो पुकारा ना immediately he ordered विष्णु दूतास जाओ जाके हेल्प करो अरे विष्णु दूतास से कि अरे वो आपको नहीं पुकारा बच्चे को पुकारा है नारायण उसके बच्चे का नहीं he called out me you should go you must go now and immediately Vishnu Dada came and what they do they just cut down these ropes and then there was argument you can read books I'll just stop this story here it is very interesting story of Ajamil it is very much interested in Kali Yuga we like Ajamil very much because after doing so much paap he got liberated by calling out to Narayan just once at the time of death and we also think कि अरे सब कुछ करूंगा जिंदगी बहुत मजा करूंगा last moment में नारायण बोलूंगा सब matter solved no not possible that was a rare case it will be not possible death के समय death at the time of death our mouth is choked up our mouth is choked up with the bile with the mucus सुबह सुबह कैसा निकलता है ब्रश करते वक्त at the time of death we will not be able to pronounce the name also then who is going to help what is the position so it is a very dangerous position for us but this Ajamil was a very very fortunate person so this Ajamil why we are talking about Ajamil because the skin disease which Ajamil had immediately went how he just did seva did service through his tongue sevon mukhe hi jivvado just a little seva of calling out to Narayana just once at the time of death obviously he called out many times but it was for his child but at the time of death see Krishna is so much merciful this is what how should we leave this skin disease then there is another example of Valmiki Valmiki was before his name was Ratnakar Daku Ratnakar Daku used to kill, animals, kill people. He used to rob. And then one day Narad Muni came. And Narad Muni came and Narad Muni asked him, "ये क्या कर रहा है भाई? What you are doing?" "No, I'm doing it for my family." No, they will not accept. Go and ask them whether they are going to, take your karma. Whatever you are doing, family है ना, तो कर्मा लेना चाहिए ना, पूछो जाके. तो he was so much sure कि उन्होंने नारद मुनि को क्या किया, उसे पेड़ से बांध दिया. And he went home to ask. And when he went home, they refused. His wife said, "It's your responsibility to earn and to feed us. Now you and your karma is with you. Don't tell us." And when he heard these things, these words, he left everything at that moment itself. He went back to Narad Muni and he just untied him, and he surrendered him. He surrendered himself. And then Narad Muni initiated him and then told, "Okay, Ram Nam Japo." Boliye sab log, Ram. See, it is very easy to call out Ram, right? But Narad, the Ratnakar Daku was not able to chant this Ram. He was like, Narad Muni said, "Oh, ये क्या है? Ram बोल, Ram बोल रहा है Ram." He was not able to chant that Ram name. It's very simple. But then Narad Muni said, "Okay, chant Mara." Mara. ये तो काम है अपना, मारो, है ना? Then he chanted Mara, 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 Mara. Then for 10,000, it is mentioned 30,000 years he chanted Mara, 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 and then he chanted once Rama. So how much sins he was having, and we can chant Ram. So we are having a lesser sins. We can understand. So here in Valmiki's life, we can see that how the skin disease went from his life, by doing two things. First, he applied that ointment on the skin. And what is that ointment? Taking devotee association. Who is a devotee association? Who is a devotee here? Narad Muni, pure devotee of the Lord. And second thing, what he did, again, seva from his tongue. He did seva. He chanted what? Rama, which was ulta. See how Bhagwan's name is merciful. And then there is a last story of Narad Muni himself. He was a maid, he was a boy, he was a child of a maid servant. You can read this story in Bhagavatam, first canto. So Narad Muni was a child of a maid servant, and he used to, serve the Brahmanas 4 months of Chaturmasya. Right now it is going on. So Chaturmasya, 4 months, he served Brahmanas at their home. He used to take Uchishta, remnants, and then at the end of his life, there is a very nice story of Narad Muni. You can read that. Okay, how he became Narad Muni. So, by engaging this tongue into service of Krishna, taking these tablets, the skin disease went. Okay, I hope everyone understood what was the lecture and how to get out this skin disease. Let's chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If anybody has any question, can ask. किसी का कोई प्रश्न है? Everyone understood everything? You just came at the end. I'm really sorry. Okay, so I want to ask questions. How many are chanting here? How many devotees chant here? Okay, hands down. Why we are chanting? Prabhu, can you answer? Why you are chanting? Ramanuj Prabhu. Krishna is always with you, Prabhu. You also chant, Prabhu? Red t-shirt? Okay. Prabhu, in blue kurta. Kurta is there, right? Why you chant, Prabhu? To get Krishna's mercy. It is not there, Prabhu. So why won't? So why we are chanting then? Yes, Achit Prabhu.
For devotional service.
For devotional service, we are chanting. Devotional service is not there.
सेवा मिलने के लिए नहीं.
सेवा मिलने के लिए हम चैंट करते हैं, तो सेवा है कि नहीं है? हमारे पास कितना सेवा है? सूरज प्रभु को पूछे, सूरज नारिक प्रभु बैठे हैं, कितना सेवा है हमारे पास? आपको दे देंगे सेवा। उनसे भगवान से क्यों मांग रहे? भगवान का नाम क्यों जप कर रहे? सूरज नारिक प्रभु का आवाज दो, बहुत सारा सेवा दे देंगे। If you want devotional service, there is seva Prabhu. Why we are chanting? Very true. आप chanting नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो आपका जवाब मेरे को नहीं सुन रहा है. Yes Prabhu.
Purify our mind and engage in Krishna.
To purify our mind and
Engage in
Krishna service. Okay. ये ठीक, आपको कुछ बोलना है? Yes Prabhu.
Same like the another reason is remember Krishna's name while the day.
Smaran. Very important. Very important point. That's what I was, mentioning. यही चाहता था कि ये कैसे निकले. Because no one knows why we are chanting. We are just chanting to get mercy, to get devotional service. We don't know exactly why we are chanting. Then what is the use? Seva is already there. We are not doing. We are asking for seva. So chanting, why we are doing? Because Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. The Smaranam is there. Antakale cha mameva जपन मुक्तो अकल. ऐसा है क्या? नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. अच्छा, अंतकाले च मामेव प्रसाद मुक्त. अरे नहीं, अंतकाले च मामेव झोपन मुक्त. अरे नहीं, झोपन भी नहीं. Then स्मरण मुक्त अकल. Right? So whenever we take a name, whenever we take a name, let's suppose, I am taking one name, Deepak. What happens now? Everyone knows Deepak. What happens immediately? A picture comes in, right? So there is a form, there is a name and then there is a form, and immediately what we remember? Gunas, and then there is one Leela related to Deepak Prabhu with you. तो नाम से ये शुरू होता है. हाँ, अभी हमारा क्या स्तर है? हमारा वो स्तर नहीं है, right? Srila Prabhupada says that we are not, qualified to remember the past times, remember, form of Krishna. So what we do, we chant and hear. But then Prabhupada adds something at the end. We have to chant and hear attentively. So attentively is very important, because when we add that word attentively, the mind engages in it. Otherwise, we are just chanting and our mind is rotating here and there, and it's a great offense. It is an offense to be inattentive while chanting, and we do inattentive chanting. We start doing our naam aparad from that time, and then we do throughout the day 10 offenses, and then there is seva aparad, dham aparad, vaishnav aparad. So it is better that we chant and hear attentively, and when we try to do it, what will happen? The mind will come in between. The mind will हमको दिखाएगा 10 साल पहले क्या हो गया, कल क्या हो गया, क्या बोला उसने, तेरे को कैसा बोला उसने, होता कौन है. एंड देन कुछ तो याद आएगा कि लड़की ने क्या बोला था, अरे थैंक यू, है ना, थैंक यू बोला था. सो माइंड ऑलवेज हमको, है ना, रुका के रखता है ऐसे चीजों, नहीं सुनना देना, नहीं सुनना है. बट देन श्रील प्रभुपाद गिव्स वन वेरी नाइस एग्जांपल. वो आप लोगों से शेयर करता हूँ. लास्ट एग्जांपल, श्रील प्रभुपाद से एक जो बच्चा है ना, वो खेल रहा है हॉल में, एंड देन उसकी माँ क्या कर रही है? किचन में, राइट? अब वो माँ क्या कर रही है? कुकिंग कर रही है, बट उसका ध्यान कहाँ है हमेशा? वो बच्चे पे, वो क्या कर रहा है. अब जैसे ही वो बच्चा क्या करता है, बाहर जाने का प्रयास करता है, माँ उसको उठा के अंदर लेके आती है, वापस किचन में जाती है ना. वो बच्चा थोड़ी देर बाद क्या करता है? बाथरूम में घुसने का प्रयास करता है, वापस उसको लेके वहां पे रख देती है, कुछ खिलौना दे देती है ना, वो काम कर, फिर वो खेलते खेलते है ना कहीं और जाएगा. तो ऐसे वो क्या कर रही है? कंटिन्यूअसली उसके ऊपर एक नजर है और उसको एक जगह में रख रही है ना. तो ऐसे ही हमारा मन जो है शुरुआत में क्या करेगा? भागेगा. बट हमको क्या करना है? उसको एक जगह पे लाना है वापस, है ना, सुनना है, हरि नाम सुनना है. When we chant, we have to chant and hear attentively. यार, ठीक है? तो आप लोग भी प्रयास करिए, मैं भी प्रयास कर रहा हूँ. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं बहुत बड़ा स्टेज की बात कर रहा हूँ, नहीं, मैं भी अभी प्रयास कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है? और हम साथ में प्रयास करेंगे तो हमारा डिवोशनल लाइफ जो है आगे बढ़ेगा। ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच आप लोग आए एंड वी विल चैट वंस। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। थैंक यू। सूरज वो ड्रामा है क्या? ड्रामा है आगे।